All right, hey, what's going on, everybody? We have a good update. We are still continuing on the construction of the other duplex, but we're going to start another one. So, if you guys recall, all right, so if you guys recall, the one that we finished up is this brown one right here, and then we're going to be starting another one. Sorry, my kids in the background here. We're in the process of doing this one right here. This one is the one that I've been showing you that has basically. So the one that I was showing you, the plumbing ground and the cables and all that stuff, that one right now is right here. That's going to be 403 MLK. That's the one that we have the concrete coming on Monday. The one that we're about to start is this one here, this lot number 10. So as I've told you guys many times, we have a little bit of a issue here that we have to lose some of the space. We have to lose some of the space on the street side, and we have to lose some of the space on the front side. So, as per the city requirements, they are saying that we need to have 25-foot setback on the front of the road, and because the front is Martin Luther King, that's the frontage, we are going to lose a little bit of space this way, and because the side road here, which is that North Campbell Street, we're going to be 15 setback. So normally the setbacks are going to be 5 feet on this side, 5 feet per side, so you got 10 feet in between the two structures. And so what they're saying is that we need to have 15, so we're going to lose even 5 more feet. So in order to accommodate that, we have a plan that is going to be appropriate for that. So one of the things I want to show you is that not only do we have to have these plans done by an architect or whatnot, we also are required to do something else with the plans, because typically the architecture plans, they come with the structure, basically, the height of the ceilings, the types of windows, the number of doors. It just has a lot of information regarding the construction, but there are other plans that the architect typically does not deal with. Those being the mechanical plans. So the mechanical plans, it's something called a manual J, and what that is very simple. It is just basically the amount of air that needs to be inside of the structure. The heat load test basically is what it is. And so, we're having forced air come in, and they measure cubic yards or whatnot and cubic feet, and just try to see what kind of machine is going to be the most efficient to do that. Not only that, but they have to put in, where the duct work is going to be, the thickness of the duct work. They have to do, that type of stuff. Anyway, long story short, the architect does not do that. The isometric plan, which means where the wastewater goes, where the clean water comes in, the architect does not do that either. The architect sometimes does the electrical plan, but they don't do a load test or a load diagram, basically outlining how much power is going to be used by the unit. And so someone has to come up with that information. So here, let me show you who we're going to be using for the purposes of that. So we have OTB Designs, Adrian Garcia. He's a great guy. I sent him the copy of the plans, and he just basically, does this for us for, $800. He does sanitary, isometric, hot and cold water isometric, and then the electrical load analysis. This is a requirement by the city of Willis, okay? Now, we take these plans and we give them to the guys that are going to be working on there, but at the end of the day, it's just a hard requirement that we have to get done. And, guys, you can reach out to this guy, and if you give him a set of plans, he'll be able to do these 3 things, which are, mandatory essentially. So as you can see here, that's going to be $800 that we have to, fork out to this guy. Now, I'm going to show you here real quickly is the actual plans that we got. These are the final plans that we're going to be submitting to the city of Willis. I'm excited about it because now we have something that we can go ahead and request permits for that one corner lot. So again, remember, if this is the front, okay, this is the North Campbell side, this is going to be the MLK side here. And if that's the case, then, this is going to have to be Unit A, and then on the back side over here is going to have to be Unit B. I'm going to show you how that works out here in a second. So here's some stuff really about the elevation, what kind of it looks like and stuff like that. They got, some of the information, ancillary information, which is just, mostly for the construction guys who are going to be putting all that stuff together. But really, this is the cool part here where what we want to look at. So this stuff here is basically going to be the dimensions of the property. And I showed you guys this one time before. And, it's very simple design. You have the entrance to the property. and it just walks through. So I'm just going to walk you through. You have the porch here. You come into the family dining. And immediately you have the kitchen. You got a pantry right here. And then you got a hallway here. You got a master bedroom. It looks like you got the bathroom here, tub, toilet, and then you have a walk-in closet. And then you go to the other side of the property. You have the tub, toilet, and utility room in that bathroom. And then you have the two bedrooms this way, and each bedroom has its own closet. Again, we're not doing garages, okay? These duplexes are going to be very, very simple, but at the same time, they're going to be, they're going to look nice. So let me move on. Okay, so this is just going to be a, just a structural type deal. You can see here with the type of OSB that they're calling for, the type of insulation, kind of the beams, the headers, all this other stuff that we're going to be using on in the structure. So, here over the windows, what kind of stuff? Talking about 7/16 OSB sheathing. The studs are going to be 22 by 4, 16 inches on center. That kind of stuff. So it's a real basic just design. The framers are going to be looking at this stuff and just they're going to be outlining that stuff here. This is going to be the framing plan for the ceiling joists. Essentially, this is important because the sheetrock hangs. Now, if you've never lifted sheetrock, especially a 12-foot piece of sheetrock, it is very, very heavy. So you have to make sure that the framing plans is able to withhold all of that weight. Here's the basic design of the roof plan. I know it shows kind of underneath and stuff like that, but really, the top, so this would be the ridge here. It's going to be the firewall right here. So this is the wall that's going to be separating the units. I'm going to make it a lot thicker so you guys can understand that. And then we have on this side, one entrance on this side, and then we have one entrance on the other side. Excuse me, this thing is not pulling up the way I want it to. We have one entrance on this side and then the other entrance on this side. And then the roof pitch, you can see here, kind of breaks and then it comes down this way. And this is going to be for the guys that are going to be doing the framing. You just have to have a basic idea of that. Let's see, this is an interior detail plan. It just talks a little bit about all the stuff that we have here with the base cabinets, talking about vanity base and stuff like that. Electrical plan. This is a very detailed plan, a lot more detailed than the other one that you saw. But, this lady just, he's done this, just, built it up pretty good. It looks great. This is a little bit more information on the cabinets and all that kind of stuff. It really goes into detail. I like it. It helps you kind of just, have everything. One of the other things that we don't have, and you guys may have already noticed this, but on the other plan that we have, I am providing you guys with something here, and it's called the door schedule and the window schedule. Now, I have this on a separate sheet of paper on a separate Excel spreadsheet, all this right here. But one of the cool things that I like about what this lady's doing is that she's already provided it for us. So if we follow the plan according to what the plan looks like, we know like, hey, look, we're going to need D01. That's the number. We're going to need 2 of that. Excuse me, it's going to go for first floor. The size is 2068, so it's going to be a 24-inch, 2 foot, 0 inch, which is, 24 inches. 6'8", which is a standard height window. Excuse me, left in. It's going to be talking about a hinge door. I don't know what that is, but whatever. Point is, trying to make is that it already tells you basically what you're going to be needing. The window schedule here is very basic and it's very easy to look at. And it says window schedule, number, quantity, size. It looks like we're going to need 163050, which is 36 by 60 inch windows, single hung windows. And then it looks like we're going to need 12030. Anyway, and they're going to be on there. So that's really cool. That I really like that because it makes it a little bit easier. I don't have to really put a lot of effort into thinking about like, hey, where am I going to, how many windows should I order? When should I order the windows? We already have the list already there for us. So that makes it super, super easy. So, all right, guys, we are getting ready to finish off or get started on this plan. Now, remember, we were talking about the isometric and all the other stuff dealing with the electrical load, the manual J for the air conditioning, the plumbing for the isometric. We still need a slab for this. There's no slab design on here. Okay, so because we don't have a slab design, and that's the very end here, we don't have any other sheets. Because we don't have a slab, we have to send it to a structural engineer. The structural engineer is going to design a slab specifically for this. We did the soils test already. We've already sent it over to him. Those soil tests, he's going to look at that and basically tell us the dimensions and the type of slab that he feels is comfortable or he's comfortable with us putting in this property. Now, Once he gives us the design for the slab, we can submit that with the shear wall, with the other stuff that the Adrian Garcia guy is going to be giving us, and then that whole big massive set of plans is what's going to go to the city of Willis. Okay, now this is just a different one. That the reason we're having to do this is because it's on a corner lot. One small thing that I want to just double tap here with you guys because this is so important. We were talking about it. Remember, we're talking about the corner lot. We have to have 15 feet here. We have to have 25 feet here. We have to have 5 feet right here. 10 setback in the back. All right. And so this duplex is going to be exactly on the money. It has to be. And we got to be very careful. Now, the guys that we get to do this type of stuff, they're smart guys. They're actually really good at math and reading maps and stuff like that. They do it all the time. But in situations like this, what I like to do is I call the survey company first and I have them before we even do the foundation. So we'll do the pad, right? We'll do the pad and the guy will come out and just kind of just, fill dirt and all this other stuff approximately, okay? The fill dirt guy is an approximate measurement. Nothing too crazy there. Okay, we have fill dirt all over the place here. But when it's time to set the corners of the slab and they have to be precise, what I do, and this is something I didn't know, but I'm just sharing with you guys here because it's so cool. You just call the survey company and you say, hey, survey company, I want to get these pins exactly on the money. I don't want to make any mistakes. So the survey company will come out and mark exactly the corners of the property and they'll do the form corners for you, so that way whenever the guys are out here putting these pieces of wood in to kind of figure out where it's at, it is precise. It is right on the money. That way we don't have any issues with the pin being a little bit off this way or off this way or off this way. The survey company is in charge of doing that, and so we trust that they do it. As long as we do it according to how they say it, we put the forms up right where they say, then we should be fine. And then the form survey is essentially going to be done. They'll come back, verify it, everything's good to go. So it just eliminates a little bit of the stress from you from having to make sure that those corners are done. And this is for a lot that is very tight, and we don't have a lot of room for error. That is the reason why I'm doing it. And that's just a cool little trick that we're able to use to kind of get that taken care of. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon.